in 1, 2, 3, and okay, now live. Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to ForexG. My name is George and we are doing this daily Forex analysis for another day. Good morning to you all, depending where you are. Good morning, Divos. Good to have you back. So today was a Thursday and we are doing the daily Forex analysis as we normally do it every Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. UK time. So I did pre-select my 4 currency pairs which I was analyzing actually on the last hour, but I did see that we had a slight bit of change since I have analyzed, but we're still going to discuss these 4 currency pairs which I did mention it on the chat box. So these 4 currencies are British pounds against US dollar against Canada, euro against US dollar, followed by euro against British pound. Good morning, Satish. Apologies if I'm not pronouncing your names correctly. It just I'm not very good at pronouncing names, so I do apologize if I don't pronounce your names properly. What should we just jump in? Oh, just the one thing I want to mention, that we are doing this, if you're new to this channel, I'm doing this live daily Forex analysis Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. and we do these sessions 1.5 hours. So 1.5 hours to do all this session, and I'm gonna go through with these 4 currency pairs. You can ask the questions on the chat box and we can interact, any trading related questions or any particular currency you want me to analyze, because I only have 4 currencies and we have so many currencies. So if you want me to have a look at any particular currencies, and we can talk about it, so don't be shy, you can say hi and we can interact with each other. So keep this 1.5 hours as communicative as possible, and we're gonna go through with all these 4 currencies. Yeah, almost correct, my man. Thanks, mate. So let's jump into British pounds against the USD. Oh, I do have my lovely assistant, and you can see it in here. So she's gonna help me to make sure that I don't miss any questions and inquiries. So she's here to make sure that I'm on the ball. So let's jump into the British pounds against the USD. So I was looking at this one on the last hour, but it has changed a bit. So on the British pounds, we also had the news, so that's the reason why it has changed at 7 a.m. I think. And when we're gonna go to the shorter time frame, we will see it. So let's just start from the daily time frame on the British pounds against USD. So we are in this sort of a choppy range in here. So the price is kind of doing these kind of choppy moves in here. Well, we can see that the price came down at this level. So this level in here. So we got the next support down to this level at where is it? It's not that far away actually. It's about 12300 give or take. So I mean this level down here. The last time I checked on the MetaTrader, there was I think it was the daily or the weekly S1. So it's probably having a reaction on that one. But the reaction is pretty harsh, I would say. It's also encourages because of the news, so it pushed the price higher. So let's go to the shorter time frame and see what we have on the 4-hour time frames. So yeah, we can see on a 4-hour time frame we have this very strong 4-hourly candle up here, very bullish, and it's pushing the price higher. Because I was thinking to short it, but now I'm looking like, okay, I might want to wait on that one, even though we have this trend is looking down as of the 4-hourly and 1-hourly time frame. Trend is looking down. However, on the daily time frame, we are in a choppy range, somewhere around this zone. But we do have the opportunity, the price maybe, or at least when I was looking, oops, just bear with me a sec. Oh wow, yeah, as we can see, let me get rid of this. Yeah, we can see they're starting to fly. Okay, now let's what is it, British pounds? I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so I was actually thinking to short this currency when I put the so that's good, you can see all this in live. So I was thinking to short in here, but now I'm definitely It's more like a waiting on this one because this British pound starting to fly is due to all that news. But we do have some New Zealand USD is flying as well. Let me see in here what's going on because we don't have a news out yet. So next news at 10 a.m. So it's quite far away. So we had this news out on the Bank of England. So they left the bank rate the same, and but now it's starting kind of to push up. Okay, this is the monetary policy that's been out as well. So it's a bit. Yeah, price kind of starting to, yeah, now we can see that it's pushing higher, so I'm going to be switching on the long side rather than the short side in this case, but a bit difficult because the volatility, we have the volatility in here, so the price is pushing that way. Yeah, we can see that as a good demonstration that you can have a look at the currencies on that particular hour. Like let's say the last hour I was looking to even short the pair, and then on this hour it's completely changed the course of action. So this is is a good demonstration that they can easily change. All the news can impact on that, or anything else, maybe some kind of speech on that particular pair. And yeah, so we can see the good demonstration now that this one quite shifted. So I need to now reanalyze and see, because it doesn't look good for the short side anymore. We have this very strong bullish candle towards upside, so that definitely makes me to question, and we have the volatility coming towards upside. So I'm more towards now inclined to the a long side than a short side, but we still have some. Let's have a look at the 4-hourly time frame. So the price pushing up to this. Okay, this trend line is okay, so that's too strong. Just I'm looking like where the price is possibly where the price wants to go. That's where I'm anticipating in this. So looking for like a strong resistance zone. Actually, this one looks decent at 124.35. Does looking a strong resistance zone. We have loads of a cluster of open and closes up there, so that makes it a strong resistance zone. So might be the price is going that way. So for now, I do want to see the pullback in here before. Yes, a bit of a contradicting. So I do see the potential. So the potential I see if the price pullbacks is down to this low down here, so which is at 123.75, so it's about 10 pips away. And the other thing, I'm a bit concerned, even though this does looking now strong towards upside, the volatility looking upside, we have this 1-hourly high in here. So we can see now the price came up and took out this high in here, and now it's kind of slowing it down, so it makes me a bit question, maybe price wants to stall in this zone. So that's another a bit of a between like the contradicting, even though we have the volatility is looking to the price wants to go up. However, we do have the trend towards downside, and we are in the choppy range. So it's like all that's too much information. So what I normally do when I have that too many things going on is like kind of contradict each other, then I'll put sort of barriers in front of it. So like the price is to do this and this and this, then what, so let's say if the price maybe breaks this zone, which is going to be on the hour when this hourly candle is closed, then so that will be the sort of the barrier. So I want to see the price to do certain thing before I jump into the trade. So in this case, I would wait for this hourly candle to close. So let's say the price is at 123.90. So if the price comes up and closes at 12400 around this zone, so I do want to see a nice bullish close, then I will be looking for the ideally the price will have a retracement down to, so if it closes at 12400, then we can use this level down here at 123.88, or maybe a bit further down, 86, 85, 88 or 86, so both of them can be justified. So we have this support level, even though that's not very strong, because we have this nice strong bullish candle, and also looks like the volatility is picking to the upside. Probably the price is not going to have a big retracement, so I don't think the price will continue to maybe down to these lows, or I don't think it's going to go that far. So we can use these as an entry, but let's wait for the candle to close. So keep that in mind, that 1 hourly candle, make sure you wait for the close. So once the candle is closed, then we want to see a retracement at, let's call it 123.85 for simplicity. Don't take the numbers as an exact, so it could be, this is a zone in a way, so it's not really the exact 123.85, so it has to come at exact that zone, then you can take the trade. You can give it a few pips up, or the up or down, so it doesn't have to be the right exact level. So we can give it an extra space on a few pips. I generally give it about 10 pips on a max. And then if it's, let's say the price comes down to, I don't know, let's say 123.80, that will be fine as well, as long as we've seen a nice close somewhere at this level. So nice bullish close. So let's say 123.85 as of the entry. Then we're gonna take, let's say the stop loss would be 85, so 75. Nope. Probably gonna give it about 20 pips on that one. 20 pips, not the best, maybe 20 pips. I would say 25 pips, actually 25 or even 30 pips. 30 would be ideal, at least, because we're going to position our stop losses below that spike low in here. However, let's see the target. So the target, I also do not want to give it the target too far. The one I said earlier was 24. 24.35, I believe. Was it 24.35? Yeah, 24.35 or 40. Okay, so this one does not give us a very good risk reward. So 24.40. The entry is at 23.85. So it goes 15. So 55 pips. We take 35 risk. No, that's not good risk reward. So I am not, no, on this one I'm not happy. Let's see in the next resistance. Yeah, one thing when you take the trade, make sure that you know exactly your stop loss before. If you notice, if you follow me and notice that when I take the trades, I always know where or what, before I even take the trade. I know my stop loss, I know my target, and yeah, you need to know these two before jumping into the trade. Make sure you do know this. The take profits and the stop losses before you get onto the trade. That's very, very important, because when you jump into the trade and then you start analyzing, like, okay, I'm going to put my stop loss in here and take profit in here, as of this psychological point of view, then you will be more inclined to your emotions once you see the prices moving maybe against your direction or even in your favor. So you won't be as sharp on the trade rather than once you already figured everything out and you put the stop losses and your target, so you know all these things before jumping into the trade. And that also gives you you're going to be less likely to close the trade early, or yeah, jump out on the trade, or the impulsive moves. So as I mentioned, so the next I want to run it to the next resistance, actually this one, up to this level. It does touch this, the 124.70. So I'm going to run it up to this level. So this is, I will not say this can actually succeed at some point, because the setup is not the ideal. So there's quite a bit of contradicting things going on. So, but we can give it a shot, because the risk reward perspective is going to be good. So 24.70 is of the target. The reason why we still have on this one is loads of cluster of open and closes, so that will be the next resistance and our potential target. So 124.70 zone, so that gives us, we get to 123.85, so 70, 15, so it gives us 85 pips gain with the 30 or 35 pip stop loss, so it gives us just above 1 to 2 risk reward. Might give it about 25 pip stop loss in there, but a 1 to 2 risk reward is good. Let me just have a look at the 1 hour time frame, see what the price is doing. Okay, it did push up quite high. The other thing also to keep in mind, if the price continues and closes somewhere like this one, something similar to this candle, then most likely if it closes somewhere up here, then this entry, I can't really justify taking that entry, because if the price comes up at 124, let's say 124.40 or 124.35, and then retraces down to this level, then that will disqualify that entry down to this level in here. So a bit complicated, but all these things you need to keep that in mind. So we want to keep the candle where it is at the moment. So ideally it does not push it too high. If it pushes up too high, then the entry is going to be in a different place. So I know it sounds a bit complicated, because it's too many things to keep in mind. But for now, let's keep it simple and concentrate on this one thing, rather than just for me to mention it to 10 other different things. Then you might find it too difficult to understand it. So let's say the price nice close as of the bullish side, then a retracement down to this level. So we can see that as of the entry we set 123.85 with a 30 or 35 pip stop loss, and our target's gonna be at 24.70. So it's the same area as with this 1 hourly highs in here. So let's mention that down here, Gbp. Okay, so we got quite a few comments up here. Okay, again down. So let's say GBP. So I'm gonna write the levels in here. Was it GBP USD? Yeah. The type is. Oops. Excuse my typing. So type will be the buy, and then the entry is gonna be, which one did I say the entry? Potentially for the 123.85, I believe it was down to this 123.85, 123.85. The stop loss is at, so that will be 30 or 35 pips as of the stop loss goes. And for the target, so this is more like a semi-swing trade, not really a day trade, like a semi-swing, more like it. And the target was at 124.70, 124.70. So this is the specs. I'm gonna write all this the levels at the end. After I'm done with the live stream, I'm gonna write on the comments section and I pin it on there. So let's go through the questions right now, because I see quite a few up here. So hey Hub, good to have you back. So you have a question: will British pounds against USD back again down? I mean, it could go down, of course. Oh, I know that. Okay, so I already answered that probably. Joe, answer your question. Yeah, British pounds can, of course, it can down, but as I said earlier, the volatility it looks like it's quite a lot of momentum in here, so I do think the price has the chance that it can push higher, maybe up to the 2470. That's what we're looking. But we do have on the daily time frame. Daily time frame, it's in a choppy range, so the price, if the price decides to turn around, is most likely gonna go down to this level. That's what I was looking for the last hour. But because I've seen a lot of momentum towards upside, I was potentially looking to sell, and but because we've seen this volatility, that momentum towards upside, I did change my view on that one. So for now, I would be looking more towards the price to push about 2470 zone rather than towards downside. However, that can of course change, and the price can turn around and go down. But for now, my view is to price can potentially to push at 2470 zone. So I did mention all the levels on that. What else was it? If it's closed, oops. If it's a closed zone, 123.97, would that means that it will go higher? So if it closes at 123.97, I would assume that will be above 123.97. Let me have a look. 123.90, 123.90. So it's already pushed. Okay, 123.90, so above that, yeah, there's a good chance that price will push higher, because if we're gonna overcome this level in here, then there's a good chance the price will push higher. So yes, we need to still wait. So this candle is just down here. That's why I want to wait for this candle to close, and if it closes somewhere around this zone where the price is at the moment, that means that will break this zone, so there's a good chance that the price will go higher. So that's correct. What else did I? Yes, I answered that. Hey George, do you take any online personal coaching or classes? Do you take personal coaching or classes? If so, how do I contact you, brother? Saish, I do not do at the moment. That's what I will be looking for in the future, but I do want to make sure that I got that I provide a very good value, that if someone especially pays me, I want to know that they are getting very good value out of it, not just the I've seen a lot of people on internet, and that was one of the reasons why I started this YouTube channel too. I've seen a lot of traders, they talking nonsense on YouTube, or especially Instagram is very bad, and that was one of the reasons why I wanted to start this channel, to help the new traders, because I know that what they're going through, because I've been there as well. So that's why I wanted to start this channel and help new traders, and maybe even intermediate traders, to help to go through with these struggles, and get a lot of free contents. But maybe I will be doing the coaching as well, but that's a bit more into the future, because I want to get everything up and make sure that if someone, let's say, pays me to get the coaching or courses, then make sure that they are getting very good value out of it. So the next question, thinking community, what would you bring to if you could only bring 3 things? Okay, that's very unrelated, question on desert islands. I do like it though. I might come back to the that question later. So it's quite fun. Okay, no more questions. I think I already answered the yeah, I already answered the questions. So I'm gonna jump into, what was the next currency? So USD against Canadian dollar. So again, guys, if you want any currencies, if you've got something in mind and you're not sure, just give it, just put it in the comments on the chat box, and I will be addressing them later. So, oops, not that one. So let's go down to. Okay, so this one's going to close in half an hour. So let's go to the USD Canada. USD CAD. US dollar Canada. Okay, the Usdcad. I was looking at this one on the last hour. I think that is more of a swing potential opportunity in here rather than the day trading, because I think day trading did not set up, and more of a swing trade. So we see on the daily time frame, we had on yesterday we had put a nice bullish candle up here, and so this was like a consolidation up here, and we do have a solid these two candles, these bullish two candles in here, and also the yesterday one. The only concern in here, we do have this resistance zone at around 142.15 zone, about this area. And if you follow me, I'm waiting for this Usdcad to set up towards a long side, because I do have the swing trade in mind to potentially to maybe push it up to this level, or maybe even this level, but that's a bit early to say, so I'm kind of carefully monitor this currency. So let's go to the 4-hourly time frame. So on the 4-hour time frame, so price came up. Oh, it has failed to take out this. So the price came up, took out this high, failed to take out this spike high here. So this spike high is up here, but this is high. So it failed to take out this high in here, and we see, and now the price is retracing. So let's have a look where this price is going. So potentially I do look for the long potential on this one as of the faraway targets. So let's go to the 1-hourly time now. Before we do that, what the price might be. Okay, so we got this support zone as of, so we have this support down here, and maybe let's go to the 1-hourly time frame, see what we have on the 1-hourly time frame. Okay, so we did form this 1-hourly low, but we've seen now we have broken this this low in here, and the price is continuing to push lower. So it has tested on the last hour. We put this the doji candle, but the price is still pushing it lower, so that makes me to question a bit where the price is going. So that will be the next support down to this, around this zone. So 140.85 or 87 roughly, we do have that support zone. Okay, let's have a look at the, okay, I don't particularly like on the 4-hourly time frame, because the price came up nicely and it's kind of slowly it's doing this this kind of turn. So to demonstrate, so we have seen, like in here, the price went up and then it went down. So this is like a solid retracement. So it did nicely in here. However, in this area in here, the price went up and then it's kind of slowly turned, and now it's coming down. Generally, when the price does that, it maybe want to come down, or even to change the have a bigger retracement, or completely change the trend. In this case, probably have a bigger retracement, and in this one, I'm just thinking if the price wants to come down to this 140.40 zone potentially. Let's have a look at the daily time frame. Okay, 140.40 zone. No, that will be not interested if it comes down that far. So what's the, right? Okay, no, I don't particularly like this setup yet. So let's go 4-hourly. So most likely I'm gonna put another barrier on this one as well. So far the price went a bit too much down, so I do want to see the price pushing a bit higher and see how it's gonna perform on this occasion. So ideally in the next hour, or maybe the hour after that, I do want to see the price coming up at the level of roughly about, so I do want to see the price closing above this this area in here, so this sort of resistance right now. So I don't want to see the price closing above the 141.20, so roughly speaking maybe at 141.30 zone. Then I can look for the long side place, but before the price done that, yeah, I don't like the setup. So first and foremost, wait for the price to come up around 141.30 zone and close it at that level with the bullish strong bullish candle. Then we're going to be looking for the retracement. So the retracement is going to be most likely just down to this. So this is, if it closes at 141.30, that would be 20, so 8 pip retracement. Now that's too close. Yeah, most likely we're going to be looking at the retracement around this level, so which is at 140, which one was it, 141.10. so 141.10, if the price comes down at 141.10 where this low is, that will take out also this low, which means that might be, if there's orders down to this level, it will all will be taken out. So 141.10 as of the entry. And for the stop losses, let's see the stop losses. Keep in mind that the price has to come up and close at 141.30. So 141.30, 141.10. So the entry we're gonna use, or we're gonna 10, so 20 is all right. 25 pips is better. So 25 pip stop loss would be better in this case. So we're going to position our stop losses down to about 140.85 zone. So roughly about this area. So we're going to be lower than this, and also this spike low down here. So 25 pip stop loss. With the targets, let's go to the 4-hour time frame and figure out the actually, if we're gonna have a faraway target, okay, so we can have this 141.10. we can add this CDT potential. So the first target is certainly up to this level, 142.10. so we would be looking at 100 pip gain on this particular trade, and 25 pip stop loss. Just one more thing, I want to have a look at it. If we go to 141.10, now it does not qualify for the swing. No, it does not qualify for a swing potential, so we can't do that one. Maybe on this weekend I will be, if the price sets up and there's gonna be a swing potential, hopefully, because I've been waiting for this one for a good 2 or 3 weeks now, and hopefully, but this is more like a semi-swing on this particular occasion. So we're gonna target this 142.10 zone, so this next resistance up here, and as of the entries, I did mention that the entry is gonna be at 141.10, 141.10, but the price first has to come up and close somewhere around 141.30 zone with a nice bullish candle, and after that retracement to the 141.10 with a 25 pip stop loss. So let's write that one down. So that was the Usdcad, USD Canada. So type would be a buy on that one. The entry, So entry was 141.10. So 141.10. Just don't forget that the price has to go up and close above the somewhere around 141.30 zone. So I don't write it in here, so just in case, that make sure that you get that to wait for this candle to close around 141.30 zone. So the stop loss is, oops, so the stop loss gonna be 25 pips, and the target is at, was a 142.10. So we're looking 100 pip gain with the 25 pip stop loss. If you want to give it an extra 5 or even 10 pips, you can, because the risk reward is still very good. You can give it a 35 pip stop loss. The risk reward is gonna be just, was a 1 to 3.5, give or take. So that's still pretty good. So if you want to have that extra safety nets on then you can do that as well. So what else I missed? No, okay. I'm from Malaysia. So Julisa, hello. And I'm not saying hello as well. So the next currency, let's jump into the next one. Oops, what was the next one? USD Canada, so we analyze that one. Euro against USD. So let's go to the Euro against USD, see what we have in the Euro. Euro against USD. So let's go to daily time frame. Okay, so Euro is shooting down. So Euro is also in the sort of in this range now, so choppy range up here. So let's see, the price came down. So the price came down to this support level, and we do have, yeah, this is pretty close. So the price is down to this support area in here, and now the price is testing on this. So let's go to the 4-hourly time frame. Okay. Let's go to this one. So I'm going to analyze and come back to the questions again. So on the 4-hourly time frame, so the price is nicely down. So the question is whether the price going to break that level. Let me have a look at it again. Yeah, it's in this range bound. We do have this nice strong candles toward downside, but because it's in a choppy range, it can have a look at this, that the price wants to go and break the zone. But we also had this nice bullish uptrend, but then when the price came up to this resistance, it completely turned out, and now it came back to this support level. So the chances are the price maybe come up again to this zone, maybe come back down, and then at some point price has to break either downside or the upside. We just do not know where the price gonna go. So let's see. So it doesn't really look like it's wants to go up or down. In this case, it does looking maybe wants to go down, but it's still not confirmed until the price come down and break most likely this spike low down here. So this is quite far away. On this occasion, I'm going to treat it as the choppy range, and potentially maybe come up to this 109.70 zone. However, we need a bit more confirmation before we jump into the long side, because for now it doesn't looking yet that the price wants to come up. So that's why we need to wait at the level to see the break of, let's see, 35. Yes, definitely I want to see the price coming up. I do want to see a nice bullish candles. So we can see it in here that this is for our time frame. When the price came up in here, that was the one of the support levels, then the price came down, and then once the price was coming up to this potential for this one, we obviously did not know that when the price was down to this level, so there was a potential the price would have pushed up here. We can see that the price did put these nice bullish candles in here. So this is one, another one in here, this one, then it had this retracement down here, and we put nice bullish candles towards upside. So that means that the price will most likely probably going to push it up to this next the resistance level. So in this case will be also the resistance, but I do want to see a similar pattern. So in this case I do want to see a nice bullish candles, so similar to these ones. So until the price done that, I can't justify jumping into the long side. Yes, might do that, but so let's say if your strategy is calling for the picking the reversals, like which in this case might be maybe a lot of traders already putting a long trades, and the stop's gonna be most likely down to this level in here, and then hoping that the price will go up to this this resistance. I mean, you can do that, but I find it personally does not really work as much. So I do like to wait for the some confirmation, some sort of confirmation before I jump into the side, in this case long side. So I don't want to see candle, this strong candle. Let's have a look at the 1 hour time frame. So we have this 108.40 zone, so most likely I want to see coming up. So let's have a look at the 1 hour time frame first before nope. So 108.40. So in this particular case, we want to see the price. So it's not going to happen in the maybe the next couple of hours. So maybe out only after the midday UK time. So if it comes up, let's say maybe in 2 candles or the 3 candles. So I want to see the price coming up and a nice close towards upside. So nice bullish candles, strong candles without much of a tail. It can have a bit of short tail, that's fine, but I don't want to see long tails. So ideally almost the full body. So once the price comes up, and so this is at 140, so we do have this cluster up here, and we have this 1 hourly. Let's just base it on the 4 hourly time frame. That looks more of a, yeah, that's based on a 4 hour time frame. So I do want to see the price coming up at 108.50 zone, so and closing around this 108.50, and certainly I do not want to see the price closing 108.40 or below. So ideally 108.50 on the 4 hourly time frame. So it's on 4 hour time frame, because on a 1 hourly time frame, I do want to see just on a 1 hour time frame. I do want to see it on the 4 hourly time frame as well. So the main part is on a 4 hourly time frame. So if the price does it up until midday and price comes up, probably not, but it's possible. So if the price comes up and closes around somewhere like this one, let's say that way, on a 4 hourly candle, so 4 hourly, not 1 hourly candle, then there will be the sign that, okay, maybe the price wants to continue and potentially come up to this level in here. But this is in more of a developing, under development, let's say. So 108.50, yeah, 108.50, maybe even a bit higher, but I definitely want to see a strong bullish candle close. Something like this one would be good, and above this 108.50 zone. After that, if the price does that, then we can look for the retracement. Let's see where potentially that can go. Retracement. Go to the 1 hourly time frame. Okay, so the price, let's say, closes at 108.50, then down to this 35. Okay, 35. That looks like 40 will be a bit too close. Maybe give it extra 5 pips. 108.35. We can use that one as of the entry. Yeah, we can use the as of the entry. I do see that it's not the not the best setup. I might want to see maybe another 4-hourly candle and see how that 4-hourly candle is gonna perform. The another one means so between 12 and 4 p.m. candle. But for now, let's say that on this 4-hourly candle, I want to see the price coming up and closing somewhere at 108.50 zone, just about 108.50 zone. So nice bullish candle, closing nice full body candle, very little tail. Then we can look for the retracement down to 108.35. The reason why we have this a lot of cluster up here, same as on the 4-hourly time frame, so that will act as a support. And as of the stop losses goes, what I'm thinking right now is, should I actually mention it or not, because it's still kind of needs a good few hours to develop this trade, so it might change over the next good few hours, so it can have a different view. I might have a look at this one in 3 hours later, and maybe I even think that to short this trade rather than go long. So that's why I'm thinking, like, should I mention or maybe wait, and because it does need a good couple of hours before this trade is developed, maybe even 5 or 6 hours, because I don't want to see, depending how this candle is going to come up as of the 4-hourly, not this one, but on a 4-hourly time frame, and also depending how that candle is going to close, then I might want to see the for the following 4-hourly candle. So that's quite a bit of a thinking mode. So if it's a good idea to mention it, because I don't want you to like rely on me, and then maybe the trade kind of changes, this pair changes, and then you might take the trade and then it does not work out. So that's why it's okay. I also mention it, but let's say that approach this with caution. So this is more like a developing, still developing. So once the pair comes up and closes about 108.50, then the retracement down to this 108.35 with a stop loss gonna be, we want to position 35, give it about extra 20 pips. 20 or 25 pips, actually that will be good. 20 or 25 pips, actually 20 pips will be good, because if it comes down that low, then probably price is going to probably continue to fall. So if it comes up that high and then falls that far, so let's say 25 pips on this one. And as of the targets, let's have a look at the targets now. So the price can around 55. The targets, let's probably set it to the 2 targets on this one. The 2 targets would be 109.05, 109.05. Okay, so the entry was at, oops, I forgot what was the entry now. 108.50. Okay, I forgot what was the entry. So the entry would have been down to, okay, 108.35 is the entry, and the target is at, so that will be the first target. Let's call this one as a first target up to this 109, only 109.10, so 95 pips as of the first target. This one, we can, no, actually we can't. This is too close, so risk reward doesn't work out on that one. So call this one as a first target, 109.10 with a 95 pips profit with the 25 pip stop loss. So we're looking almost 1 to for risk reward. Again, this is a semi-swing and not the day trade. Semi-swing, but it has to do these moves before that. And for the second target, if the price already comes up to this level, there's a good potential that the price will most likely pushes to this level up here, which is roughly at 09. Let's go to the daily time frame. Yeah, 0980 zone, 0980. This is more like a swing actually, even there, rather than a semi-swing. Like semi-swing to swing trading. On the second target, it's more like looking like a sort of a swing trade. So we can have these two targets actually. So I'm gonna write that that one down. So 108, 108.35 was the entry, the targets. Okay, let's just write it down before I forget. So euro against USD, type is buy. Oops. Yeah, type is buy. Entry is at, what was it? 108.35. 108.35. But again, it has to come up on a 4-hour time frame and close nicely. So always, yeah, it's not going to develop another good. I would say another at least 3 hours, maybe even more. So at least 3 hours. So entry is at 108.35 with the stop loss is at 25 pips. And the targets, first target. So we got two target in here. So first target is, which one did I say? The first targets. First target was up to this level. 109.10. So 109.10, 109.10. So the first target, and the second target is at I believe it was up to this 109. It was at 109.85. 109.85. So the the risk reward on this one is very good. This is more like a swing swing trade, semi-swing to the swing trade. So we do meet like almost 1 to 4 risk reward requirement on the first target, and the second target is gonna be even higher on this one. So let's write that one down and address the address. Okay, you have so you have asking British pounds against USD 15-minute time frame candle closed below 23.94. Can you check that? So the 15-minute time frame, 15 minutes is a quite short time frame in this. But let me just go have a look at Gbp USD. Oh, the 1 hour candle is gonna close in about 5 minutes. So let's go to. Ooh, okay. As I was the reason why I mentioned it, that I wanted to see the close, a nice bullish close above this zone. So somewhere around here is because of this. So in 5 minutes, this candle is going to close, and it's going to close as most likely look like a doji candle, which is not good. And just to address the eHubs question, on a 15-minute time frame, 15-minute time frame is a very short period of time frame. So only use 15-minute time frame as of when I take the entry. In this case, even though it closed, let's have a look at the 15-minute time frame. Even though it has closed below, which one did they say? So the below 123.94. Yeah, even though it closed on this time frame, this is only a short time frame, so it's not as strong and reliable as the higher time frame. So that's why I look at the that's why I start from daily time frame, 4-hourly time frame, and then drill down to the 1 hourly time frame. So they are more more reliable than the, let's say, 15-minute or the 5-minute time frames. They change a lot, so that's why I do not look at them much, because yeah, they're more unreliable. Unless you are scalp trading, then yes, you can have a look at the shorter time frames, because the scalp trading is a bit different than the day trade and the swing trading opportunities, swing trading trades. But as of the 15-minute time frames, only look at this one as of the entry, not the to base my analysis on that one. So that's why I look from the high time frames drilling down to the shorter time frames. So in this particular occasion, we've seen a bit of a change in here. So what I mentioned earlier, so on this case, yeah, it's gonna be closing in 3 minutes, so I do not. So what I mentioned earlier, so I want to close, and yeah, so that will disqualify the entry which I just mentioned it on there. I believe that was the first currency I analyzed, so that will disqualify the entry down to this level, of course, because we have not closed up to this level, and now the price is putting this this doji candle. So that's more like, okay, take a step back and wait, and because this currency is gonna the close like this, so this is the probably the it might want to come down, more like to go up. So this is more wait for the observation on the on this particular this currency. So let's see what the price. So in this case, it has to now do quite a few things for me to get me interested. That's not gonna happen in goods, and shows also a nice bearish candles. Then I will be looking for the retracement, depending how far the price is gonna come down, and then if the price, then I will be looking for the retracement, the okay. Now we're looking for the retracement towards upside, but this is more okay, it's kind of developing. So that will basically what I said earlier on the British pounds against the USD, that is already disqualified on that the target. So I'll have a look at, okay. So I'm looking on the mobile phone for the questions. So 3 minutes for the one candle. Of course, so for this one we look at 1 hour and 4 hour. Targets, okay. 3 minutes for the 1 hour candle to close. Yeah, so for this one, we look for 1 hour or 4 hourly. So what I mean, let's say, so okay, so this candle is close. In this one, I do want to see, as of the targets, let's see, answer so 122.20, right? So 122.20. So that will be for the target. I generally look for the 4 hourly time frame. I use the targets on the 4 hourly, so target's gonna be 4 hourly time frame I use to determine my target. But you need to put all the context in together. So that's why I do these three time frames, so daily, 4 hourly, and 1 hourly. So I think you said that you took the short position with the target at 22.20. So let's have a look at the target. Yeah, 122.20 is good. Yeah, 122.20 is a good target as of the 4 hour. Let me have a look at the daily time frame. 122.20. Okay, we do have this. $122.20. Yeah, the target is good. So you took the so your take profit is down to this level. We do have this this support level in here, but there's a good chance if the price comes down to this level, there's a good chance it will easily break it, because we can see this the yesterday price going to pretty close. It kind of air kissed it, and then we had this retracement, which is now starting to weaken, and there's a good chance that if the price comes down this level, it will break this level, and they're potentially gonna go down to this level where your target is located. So as the target goes, it's good. For me, as of if we're looking for the short trades now, if the traders have not taken all their short trades, it needs to do all the way. Ooh, okay, now it's prices. Looking at the prices kind of aggressively. Okay, now it's retracing. So I would rather wait for this hourly and the next hourly candle. I want to see a bit more downside and then a retracement on that one. So yeah, it's pretty quick. It's changed the direction. It was looking strong, but we put these ugly candles up here. So as of, if you're looking for the targets to take now, I mean 122. So what do you best stop loss for 122 targets to determine the so if your target is at 120. Oh no, so 12200. Okay, my bad. So 12200. Okay, 12200. I would personally give it a bit. I would position the target a bit higher. So most likely 122.20 would be the good good target position. The price might get down that way if the price wants to take out this spike low, then price might go towards that way. But generally, when the price comes down, it likes to come down where the body is, but not this spike. So, but there are exceptions. So in this case, like we've seen that we have this spike in here. So generally, price like to come down to the body level and maybe not get down to this level in here. So the body of the candle is more important in this case than the candle. So that's why I would say I would have the targets 122.20 or maybe 10. Also, you need to keep in mind the spreads in that one, or depending if you pay commission or your brokers, you need to keep that in mind as well, because that couple of pips can make a difference. As of the stop losses goes, that I need to know where is your entry, where did you get on, because it can vary on the vary from the trade to trade. Okay, that was other questions as well. Let me have a look at the So I did answer that. Can you check this out? I did answer that. So Nowat is hello. My name is Nowat from Tasmania. I like this. Please send me your WhatsApp number. Hi Nowat. I don't give out the WhatsApp number. This I'm just using for the personal reasons. But if you want to have, if you want to contact me, you can do it either from the Twitter or the Instagram. You can do both. I do check, as well as email as well. So I do check them frequently, so you can contact me with that. I think my assistant already put the Twitter and Instagram as well as email the address down to this chart, so you can contact me with these 3 options. So Satishi, yesterday audience, oops, all right, okay, and this is okay, that's quite a few questions. Oh, what is it? I lost it. All right, so yesterday Australian Australian dollar and Australian dollar against Japanese was successful trades for me. That's good to know. Thanks to you for confirmation and analysis, bro. No problem, Saishi. Sorry if I pronounce your name wrongly. Not a problem. Always always glad to help. So can you check these targets? Okay, let's see more questions down to end of the session. If you got some time, can you do analysis on Canadian dollar against Swiss francs? I went shorted, and the stop loss is down to this. Running towards the stop loss will be helpful. Okay, not a problem at all. Well, we still have about 20 minutes on that one. So we got 2 more. So okay, so the entry is at 123.82. Okay, so you get onto a pretty good place actually. 123.82. And that is at a shorter time frame now, but 123.82. So you got onto this one. Okay, 123.82. I would. Okay. Generally, when I place this stop loss, I would place it above the highs. But in this case, that high, as of this spike high, would be up to this level, which will be quite far away for the 23.82 to. Okay, that's not that bad actually. 24.25. You can place the stop loss above this spike, and this spike high in here. So it's 124.25, about 124.25 zone. So you can place your stop loss up to this level. So 124.25, yeah, so 124.25. So your entry was at 123.82, so that's roughly about 35 or 40 pips stop loss on that one. So I can't remember what was your target. Let me see. 122. Stop loss for 122.20. 122.20, so 122.20, so 23. Yeah, for the targets, we can, yeah, the risk reward, it does meet the risk reward requirement, so you can place your stop losses just about 124.25, or you can place it at 124.30 if you want to give it that extra. But I would say 124.25 at the very minimum, so your stop loss should be around up to this level, and if the price continues to go up, then most likely the price will continue towards upside, and yeah. So this will be the stop loss, and let's address how many I've analyzed so far. Was it 2 or 3 currencies? So I did British pounds, US dollar, and euro as well. Did I write the entries? I did write the entries. Usdcad. And euro. Okay, so I did analyze 3 currencies. That's good. So I'm going to jump into the next potential currency. So, in the session. Okay, so let's analyze the what was the Canadian dollar against Swiss franc, as Satish asked. So, and then I'm going to come back to what was the last currency I had it in here. I can't forget. It's too many information. Sometimes it's like, ooh, forget. So euro against British pound. So I'm going to come back to the euro against British pound. So let's analyze first the Canadian dollar against Swiss franc. CADCHF. CADCHF. Let's start with the daily time frame. Okay, so you entered at. I went short at 6,900 with a stop loss of 69.31.5 and target is at 68.24 running. So our stop loss. Okay. 6,900, so you enter right, okay. So 6,900. Let me have a look at on the daily time frames. So as of the daily time frames goes, Yeah, on the daily time frame, it is in this kind of range bound. So the price is in a range bound. It's been like this for quite a long time actually. The only thing we just broken this, so we went up here. So we formed this another high, but then price immediately had a reaction and went down to this this main support level down to this low, and then the price is coming up right now. So let's have a look at the shorter time frame, see what we have on the shorter time frame. Okay, the price does looking. What was your stop loss? Was 69.31. Okay, 69.31. Yeah, as of the 69.31 for the stop loss, I would say the most likely you're gonna be taken out because the way it looks like now is it's quite a momentum, and it's pushing the price up. So I think that there's a good chance that the price will push potentially up to this. Highs in here. So as of these highs will be 169. So your one is at 69.31.05 and 69, yeah, 69.35. Maybe even wants to come up and take out these spike highs in here. So where is your target? Let me see where your targets. Take probably a 68.24. Okay, so that gives you about 75 pip target, and the stop loss is at 31. Okay, so the 1 to 3 risk reward on that one. Okay, yeah, as I mentioned, the price is most likely going to come up to this level. So your stop loss is down to this level. So there's a high chance that the price will take out your stop loss, and most likely gonna go to this level in here. Well, there's a couple of things you can do, but I can't really tell you what to do, so it's entirely up on your choice. Because I've seen already your target, so you'd be looking at your take profit is 1 to 3, about 1 to 3, so you can move your stop loss. However, I would not recommend. I never personally move my stop losses. When I get the stop loss, that is it. I do not move my stop loss any higher. The only time I move stop loss if the price moved in towards my direction, and I can justify to move price to either break even or into the profit area. Other than that, I don't give my stop loss the. If I see the price is coming up, then I'll leave it as it is, and I get stopped out, then that's fine for me. So I did say that, but I would not recommend to do that, because if you do it once, and second time, third time, and then you might get to this bad habit of moving these stop losses, and over the long run it will not benefit you. So I would personally not recommend the moving these stop losses. But that is one of the choice, however, not recommended. And the other thing is obviously leave as it is now, and if you're gonna get stopped out, then you're gonna get stopped out. What's the other one? What's the other one? I think of any other. So yeah, Euro against USD. So as of this pair, so let's close on this one. We see the potential. So price is going up, nicely up. Let's have a look at the daily time frame. Maybe up to this level as well. We do have this daily support. Maybe price even push it to this 69.50 zone. So. Okay, let's go to 1 hour time frame. I already had a 4 hour time frame. In this case, I would be looking more of a okay, on a 4 hour time frame. We do have this. Let me just put the the trend line up here. Okay, we do have this trend line in here. Yeah, on this occasion, I would most likely let's wait on this one. I do want to see the close of this 4-hourly candle. Most likely more of a long than a short, but wait for the 4-hourly candle to close. And then once this 4-hourly candle is closed, I do want to see the price coming up to this this zone and see what the price gonna do after the price pushes up to this level in here. Maybe, but I would be looking more of a long one than a short one in this case. But it does need to do a few more things before I would have jumped into this trade in here. So it does need to, I want to see the price coming up to this level and also want to see the 4-hourly close candle. In this case, it does looking very strong towards upside, but it can change in this next 1.5 hours. So I would rather wait on this particular occasion, price coming up to this level, see how it's going to react, and the 4-hourly this 4-hour candle to close. Then I would be looking for, if it closes nicely bullish, similar to this one, then I will be looking for the retracement and getting onto the long side. So as of the retracement goes, that's another story. Let's see if I can mention any retracements, any potential entries or the targets or the stop losses in this occasion. So if the price comes up and closes at roughly about 69, 35, 40 zone, then the retracement down to this level. Okay, this is a bit too far away. Yeah, I don't want to mention any entries or any levels in here because this is still developing and is quite a bit unsure. But as of the momentum does looking towards upside, so this is more like the more observation and see how it's gonna behave in the next couple of hours. So this is more like wait and see. So let me just put that one in here. The CADCHF. So let's say more observation here. Some more observation on this one, and the last one is euro against a British pounds. Oh, we do have only 10 minutes left. So that's pretty quick. I think I already answered everyone's question. Just joined the Usdcad done. Assad, yes, the USD card, I already analyzed that. If you want to watch it, you can just skip back and you can watch it. Make sure to watch it. I wrote the levels in here, but make sure you watch the video because the USD card needs to do some moves before it qualifies for that levels, which I have wrote in on the charts. So now let's jump into the euro. Was it euro against British pounds? Let's go to the euro against GBP. Let's go to the daily time frame. Yeah, we do have a choppy range also. Yeah, we do have a choppy range on euro against British pounds as well. So I did look at the last time I looked at it, it was like an hour and a half ago, but it since the British pounds has the moves, so I'm gonna reanalyze this currency. So as I said, it's in choppy range in here as of this levels goes up to this, so it's sitting on this chop fest in here. So let's go to the 4-hour time frame, see what we have. Okay, so this is a reaction on this one. You can see the trend line, the potential of the trend line. Okay, we do have this trend line up here. It does not. Oops, let me just move this trend line. Maybe the price will gravitate at some point, but that's different. Let me have a look at the daily time frame. This one looks not so. $86.85. Okay, that's could be the next, maybe the next potential targets. 86, maybe 90. 86.90 could be the next potential target. Let's go drill down again 4 hourly and then 1 hourly time frame. Okay, we do have, so we had this crazy move on the 4 hour time frame, followed by the what looks like a retracement, and then we had this this aggressive move towards downside on this 4 hourly candle, but the 4 hourly candle is not closed yet. That was due to the news, I believe. Yeah, that's due to the news, so that's why it has reacted like this. Let's go to 1 hourly time frame, see what we have on the 1 hourly time frame. Okay, I do like it on the 1 hourly time frame towards short sides. Okay. Yeah, does looking good on the 1 hourly time frame. Just the only concern is the 4 hourly time frame. We do have this tail, and because this candle is not closed yet, and it has another, was it? No, actually, it has 2.5 hours before this candle is closed. It's a bit concerning. However, I do see the short potential. This one looks like it's pulling. It's on a pullback, and actually trigger could be very close. Now let me have a look at it. Maybe I even take. Okay, so the price came up to the up to that resistance up here. This is 1 hourly resistance up to this level, and now it's kind of sitting like this. I would say let's wait on wait for this hourly candle is closed, and then we can. This one will be nice to not one. 87.35. I do like to see the price pushing a little bit higher. I do want to see the price touching this level, so down to this level as well as these highs. We can also this spike. So it's only about 5 pips away, so it's not that far away, so probably gonna do it. I don't want to see the price pushing up to this level, then I will be looking for the short trade. The way I go for the trades, it needs to do this setup. So that's my strategy. So if the price comes up another 5 more pips, or we can also even justify taking the trade somewhere here, but wait for this hourly candle to close. So ideally it closes the way it looks like right now. We can see that we have the tail on a low, and we have a tail towards up. So if it closes like this, something with a big tails, then it's good. That's a good sign. That means these sellers are still looking to want to take over, and ideally will take over at some point. So that's why we want to wait for this 1 hourly candle to close. Then we can get on to the short side. So as of the entry, 87.35. As of the stop losses goes, we want to give it 20 pips. 20 pips, 20 or 25 pips. 25 would be the safer bet. Because we are positioning the stop losses above here, so above these zones in here, so above this one. However, 20 pips will be good as well. So 35, 55. The reason why I know it's right at on the top of the candles. However, we have this nice bullish bearish candle. And if the price comes up to this level where our stop loss is going to be originally at 55, there's a good there's a high chance that if the price comes up at this level, there's a high chance that the price probably going to continue towards upside. So that's why. But the other thing is price can come up this way and go down and close and just leave it a tail. As I said, 20 or 25 pip stop loss. 25 gives you that a good safety. Safer will be safer and less likely to get stopped out, because maybe, just maybe, price want to come up and take out these highs, these spike highs in here, and if your stop loss is around here, then it will be safe, and then the price might turn around and continue to our original position. So let's wait for this 1 hour candle to close, and so let's say, so the entry is at 87.35 only after this 1 hour candle is closed, and it has to leave tails. Then we can justify taking the trade. So by the tail, I mean this. If you don't know what tail is, like this is a tail, and this one is a tail. So something like this one doesn't have to be that long, but I do want to see similar to this tail one. We already have it on a lower. On the low down here at this tail, so I want to see around the same length as this tail in here. So 87.35 the entry, 20 or 25 pips stop loss, Euro GBP, and then I'm going to return to the questions. Type is sell. Type is sell. The entry. Entry is at 0.80, was 87.35. Stop loss would be 20 or 25 pips. Oh, did I mention the target? I didn't mention the targets, did I? Didn't mention the targets. Okay, the price is now pushing. Price is now pushing. I don't like when the price is pushing now, so yeah, that's why we want to wait and see. As of the target's gonna be down to 86.90. Ooh, wait, I didn't calculate the risk rewards. My bad. So 35 to 90. Let's give it 45 pips. Okay, that yeah, that will be disqualified. No, not disqualified, but it's because it gives me only just above the 1 to 2 risk reward. So as of the first target, I already see second target down here. So first target will be 86.90. So we take even with the so 20 pip stop loss. We're looking for the 1 to 2 risk reward. With the 25 pip stop loss, is going to be below 1 to 2 risk reward. So I would say 20 pips on this one, purely for the risk reward purposes. So 86.90 would be the first target. The second target will be down to this low 86.50. Yeah, 86.50, and then that's where it's going to be, where my target's going to be, because I can't justify taking my profits up down to this level because they 1 to 3 risk reward because of that. So my target's going to be down to 86.50. So you can take the half profit down to these lows as of the first targets at 86.90, and the second target we can leave it to 86.50. So let me just write that one down to 25 pips. So first target 0.80. 86.90, and second target was 86.50. Okay, so that's the second target, but wait for this 1 hourly candle to close. Thanks, George. No problem. That's so much helpful. Thank you, Satish. And so Ehab is asking, can you check the British pounds, Japanese yen? Unfortunately, Ehab, we do not have time. The 1.5 hours gone pretty quick. Well, because we are having a good fun in here. That's why. But yeah, hopefully on the next time, tomorrow, we got tomorrow Friday. Yeah, so tomorrow I can. I will be checking. So yeah, I do apologize because we don't have a time now, so it's more than 1.5 hours we are running out of time. So keep up the good work. We appreciate it immensely. Thank you. Very difficult. I can't pronounce Emma. So I do apologize if I pronounce your name wrong. Probably I did pronounce it wrong. So yeah, guys, so that will be our time is up. This 1.5 hours, it gone pretty quick, and I do have a good time. It was good fun interacting with you guys, and so this will be it. I will be signing out shortly, and if you're new to this channel, make sure to hit that subscribe. I'm making this live daily forex analysis Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. UK time. So if you missed it, I'm gonna be here tomorrow at 8 a.m. and we have that 1.5 hours, so we can discuss it, all these tradings and all that, as well as the currencies you want me to analyze. So also, if you find this video helpful, please give it a like. It really helps my channel to grow and also motivates me to produce even better content. There's a lot of things I'm doing behind the scenes as well, so it really helps me to motivate and produce even better content. So thank you guys for your support, and also thanks for my assistants that helping me a lot with your inquiries. So that will be it, and I will see you. Oh, the one thing I want to mention as well, that I noticed that when I was checking my analytics, a lot of my subscribers don't have the notification bell on. So only 20% of my subscribers has the notification bell on. So make sure to hit that notification bell, and that will notify every time I do make any updates. So you will get the notification. So make sure to hit that notification as well as the likes. So have a great day, guys, and I will see you tomorrow at 8 a.m. UK time. Have a great day. So I will be signing out.